Ninjago core is not my favorite Ninjago line, but I believe core gave us one of the best, if not the best dragon set ever, set 71766, Lloyd's Legendary Dragon. It contains 747 pieces, and it retails for $70. I'm Paleozoic Bricks, and let the show begin. Looking at the minifigures, this set has 4 minifigures, 2 ninja and 2 snakes. Let's start with the ninja. First up, we have the titular Lloyd. Naturally, Lloyd is in his core outfit. Personally, I don't like the olive green on him. The olive green clashes with the green, dark green, and lime. It's just too many shades on one minifigure. That's a problem I have with a lot of core minifigures. There are way too many colors to the point it looks busy. The most notable thing about this Lloyd is that it comes with a ninja hood and a hairpiece. This Lloyd also comes with 2 swords, one in lime green and one in silver. Our second ninja of the set is the water ninja Nia. Her core outfit is in gunmetal and azure. I definitely prefer this for a water ninja than her dark red color scheme. Unlike Lloyd, she only has a ninja hood. She comes with a spear and a spare sword in azure. Thanks to Dragons Rising, the core suits make their debut in the TV show canon. Hopefully we can see the rest of the set in a future episode. Next up are the Snake Warriors. First up we have the Viper Flyer. On its back is what I have to assume are wings, because that's the only thing that could make sense. The Viper Flyer has an orange and gunmetal color scheme, and it comes with a sword. Finally, we have the Python Dynamite. This snake has mini legs and its colors are reversed from the Viper Flyer, sporting gunmetal and orange. It comes with 2 sticks of dynamite. The Snake Warriors come with their own build. It's a crossbow for dragon hunting. It reminds me of something from LEGO Vikings, or that crossbow from The Hobbit. It uses a spring launcher as its gimmick. Saying this is the best might be a bold statement, but I genuinely think this might be one of the best dragons from Ninjago ever. First, looking at the build, it has a very bulky body, something most dragon sets don't have. It feels closer to a Western style dragon than an Eastern style dragon. The bulky body is accomplished by the fact that the head sits higher on the dragon than other dragons. Comparing the legendary dragon to the golden dragon, you could see the body of the golden dragon comes to a point, then the head comes on. The legendary dragon has a broad chest. Ninjago has overall stuck to the design philosophy of its older dragons for much of its run. Once in a while you did have outliers like the mechanical dragon and Morto's dragon, but this is how they have made dragons for the most part. The head uses a mix of molded parts and bricks, creating a spectacular head. The newer molded dragon heads have been great for the recent dragons. They feel more lifelike while still being brick built. As a kid, while I loved dinosaurs, I never liked the creator sets. They always felt very fake to me being built out of bricks. Thanks to the modern building techniques, I can safely say that is no longer the case. Molded heads and even printing go a long way. Looking back, I think it might have been the Borak eyes. They used them all the time on older creatures. I think it might have been the shaping that felt robotic to me. Looking at the green dragon and comparing it to the modern Ninjago green dragon of today, it's night and day. I should mention that Borak eyes used in Bionicle sets worked for me. I think it's the fact that Bionicles look very alien, so I can believe that's a kind of alien dinosaur. So the elongated shaping of the eyes just kinda worked for me. Same goes for Atlantis. The sea monsters looked very artificial, so having a very alien-shaped eye worked out in the long run for the aesthetic of Atlantis. In a way, they're almost reminiscent of the Gamera Heisei trilogy of movies, being that in the trilogy, Gamera was an artificial monster of Atlantis. Looking back on the creator creatures from the 2000s, they are very sharp and angular. Looking at the modern LEGO Legendary Dragon, you could see how LEGO has evolved with the modern round shaping. I can't stress that enough. What really drew me into this dragon specifically was its broad shoulders, with very rounded parts for its chest. It's just something you don't get out of older dragons. This is the first dragon I've ever owned that uses fabric and/or vinyl wings. Truthfully, I was a bit hesitant at first. While fabric does look nicer, there's also the back of my mind that fears it's not as durable as the brick. Especially if I ever want to break it down for storage purposes. I should mention that this is not my first time having large fabric in a set, being that I own Pirates of Barracuda Bay and Vizon and Fenrak. I'm glad to say I do love the fabric wings. They give a lot more life to this set than I was anticipating. The wings use a Technic frame to hold them in place. They even have a flapping gimmick. The articulation of this set is pretty good. The head has a lot of movement, it's very expressive. I just wish the head could go down further. It's stopped by this plate from going down any further. The front legs articulation is really interesting. It uses the new Technic rotation disc. I hope to see this in future sets. Now sets will have greater articulation while being built bigger. The front legs also have pre-bent knees. Personally, I don't mind, at least on this build. If they were bendable, this thing would be painfully unstable. Truthfully, I'm not sure if they even make CCBS friction joints anymore. You could probably fit 2 mixel joints in there for friction, but I personally wouldn't. The back legs are fine for this set. I find they're more for stability. It's just a part of the modern Ninjago dragon design. This dragon has a bit of a shorter tail that's extended by the long blade piece. Overall, I tend to prefer more brick-built tails. This tail can feel a bit short and stubby, but luckily the brain fills in the rest, so it's no problem. The color scheme of the legendary dragon is pretty interesting. It uses green for the top and dark blue on the underside, with a sprinkle of azure and gold to accent certain details. It's almost like the designers wanted to make this set feel more real, with how paleontologists speculate that dinosaurs are way more colorful than we give them credit. Finally, the dragon comes with a saddle. Like most modern Ninjago dragons, the saddle is removable. Personally, I prefer to keep the saddles off of my dragons, otherwise the saddles are nothing special. Lloyd's legendary dragon is a great set. I think it's safe to say that it has evolved the medium that is LEGO Ninjago dragons. With dragons rising naturally focusing on dragons more than ever, we will keep getting Ninjago dragons. I would strongly recommend this set to any Ninjago fan out there. If you could only have one dragon set ever, this is a pretty strong contender for the title. I'm Paleozoic Bricks, and this is the way of the ninja.